In the flood-prone areas of Western Tarai, life and property are always at a high level of risk. Flood has always adversely affected the sustainability of livelihood in these areas, forcing people to find an alternative livelihood option which is sustainable and resilient to flood. Taking this into account, Practical Action has been implementing Nepal Flood Resilience Project, NFRP, with financial support of Jet Zurich Foundation of Zurich Insurance Company, Switzerland. The overall objective of the project is to enhance the resilience of flood-vulnerable communities by building capacity to resist, observe, respond to, and recover from the effects of flood in a timely and efficient manner. The project has mainly targeted to uplift the livelihood of flood-vulnerable communities living in the Karnali floodplains of Bardia and Kailali districts. These livelihood training are provided in two categories: on-farm training and off-farm training. Krishna Gopal Tharu is an exemplary beneficiary whose life has been transformed after attending the training offered by the project. Krishna Gopal, a flood victim, is now a successful banana farmer who sells banana in the local market and has already made up his mind to build a raised house from his income.
बाढीमा त जोगिनको लागि यसको आम्दानीमा त केही मैले अलि अग्लो घर बनाउँछु भनेर त्यही सोच बनाएको छु के सर.
The communities in Karmidara of Kailali district have now benefited from incorporating seasonal and off-seasonal farming through greenhouses. Successful trainees of the project have demonstrated improvements in their livelihood, income generation and flood resilience. This Nuklipur community in Tikapur has been growing mushroom since they received training from the project. The income generated from the community mushroom farming has been used to form an emergency fund which is helpful during the flood. These small savings also support other community activities mostly related to flood and other disasters.
हमार 25 जहान के समूह बावै हमार थन बचत 90,000 बावै अब उ बचत हिन हमरे अपन समूह के मने 2% ब्याज में दी ठीक बरखायान में हमरे बचत जमा करके धर थी और भैया आइल बेला मन वही पैसा लेके हमरे सुक्खा खाजा किन थी और खाई थी.
Janaki Chaudhary is also a successful mushroom farmer benefiting from the training. Janaki bought a sewing machine from her income and is providing employment opportunities to local women as well. She now has a raised toilet and a raised grain storage that are more flood resilient. Locals in the community admire Badhuram Chaudhary for his success as a flood-resilient farmer and a community member when they see his raised grain storage, raised toilet and raised biogas plant. Badhuram has also bought a pump to increase his income through farming. The project has set up a top priority to build raised houses in the flood-prone areas. Risman Chaudhary of Kuntitol, Kailali, is constructing a raised house through his increased income from seasonal vegetable farming. These flood-vulnerable farmers are also encouraged to participate in different knowledge camps and expert interactions at local level, where they can learn and discuss about seasonal and off-seasonal vegetable farmings. These knowledge camps also teach them how to build a raised nursery to prevent nursery plant from flooding during monsoon. Weather boards installed in the flood-vulnerable communities help the farmers to make timely decisions on seed nursery, plantation, irrigation and harvesting by providing weather forecasts and weather patterns to the local community members who do not have access to this technology.
त्यहाँ वेदर बोर्डमा गएर हेर्छौं आजको मिति भोलिको मिति कुन दिनमा मौसममा कस्तो जानकारी आछ त्यो हेरेर घाम लाग्ने मौसम सफा रहने छ भनेपछि त्यो दिन हामीहरुले बिउ बिजनहरु तयार गर्ने बिउ छर्ने गर्छौं. घाम अब बादल लाग्ने वर्षा पानी झरी पर्ने छ भने हामी कामै गर्दैनौं.
Nepal Flood Resilience Project has also provided training in off-farm skills to the flood-vulnerable communities of Bardia and Kailali districts. Bal Bahadur Chaudhary lost his property in last year's flood. But the off-farm skills he gained through carpentry training offered by the project has transformed his life.
17,000 जति कमाउँछु। त्यो कमाएको आम्दानीमा त्यो घरहरू उच्चा बनाछु अनि त्यो माटोहरू पटानी गरेर घर 4 फिट जति उच्चा बनाछु अनि गोबर ग्यास पनि बनाछु।
Ramavtar Tharu, a flood victim in Loharpur community, received training on cane furniture making. He is the only expert in his village. He now raises livestock from his income. Women were encouraged to learn skills to overcome the disrupted livelihood caused by the flood every monsoon. With this intervention, Karisma Chowdhury has been able to maintain her livelihood through tailoring. After receiving masonry training from the project, Vijay Tharu is now busy building raised houses. Vijay has plans to build his own raised house from his savings. Likewise, both Rambaran and Umesh Chowdhury are trained electricians and their job is well acknowledged in the community. Similarly, snack making training has transformed Purnamagar's life. She is now a self-employed entrepreneur and an independent woman raising her family.
बाढीले चाहिँ हामीहरुको अब खेतीयोग्य जमिनहरु चाहिँ जम्मै बिगाड्दिएको छ। त्यसबाट हामीले भन्ने जस्तो मेहनत गरे अनुसार फल पाउँदैनौं हामीहरुले। अब यसमा चाहिँ हामीहरुले चाहिँ तुरुन्त नगद पैसा पनि पाउँछौं हामीहरुले। अनि यो नगद पैसा पाउने हुनाले हामीहरुको घर व्यवहार चलाउन चाहिँ असाध्यै सजिलो भएको छ।
The project constructed 12 emergency shelters, a warehouse for emergency medical and rescue equipment, 7 culverts, animal shelter house, and 8 irrigation schemes to build the resilience of local communities. A 420-meter biodike was also constructed in Bangalipur and Mukta Kamaiya Toll to save the adjoining land from erosion and riverbank cutting. Social cohesion and networking is another factor we find in Karnali Basin. All flood-vulnerable communities are grouped in 74 different community disaster management committees, which are registered with the local government. There are 3 different task force members within one committee. The task force members are local volunteers trained for specific purposes like first aid treatment and search and rescue operation during emergency. They are also trained on local level planning, monitoring and advocacy work based on their local flood vulnerability analysis, thereby raising their confidence to put their voices with government and other service providers. Both the household and community level livelihood support by the project has helped the communities in the Karnali Basin improve their capabilities, assets and behaviors to a greater extent, hence to build their resilience.